I think that's an upcoming project, superatv.com. We're gonna have to talk. We gotta get this man one of these kits so he can sell it to all his friends. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm in agreement, by the way. I'm gonna do it again.
Do it again. What's happening? Thanks for making it. Guess what we're doing today? We're doing a test between this machine right here and the power steering that we put in it. You remember that? That was a little crazy, but our friends at superatv.com hooked us up with the power steering kit. Remember, this one didn't come with it. It wasn't even made for one, but we made it happen. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to test this machine against this machine. And this man right here is a good friend of mine. His name is Mark. He's got a very similar machine, and it does not have the power steering. And Mark has never had one with power steering. So we're going to talk about the differences, and we're going to test it out. I think that's a completely unbiased, fair test. So, Mark,
Yes,
hello, first of all.
hello, Uncle Jake.
So, this machine, you've ridden four-wheelers like forever, like your whole life, right?
30 years.
30 years.
30 years I've been riding Polaris.
Polaris, right, which, of course, these are both Polaris machines. So that's nice. And both of these also are in the same range. That's an 04, and this is an 06. So Polaris didn't make a whole lot of changes in those years. The frames, none of them accommodated the power steering that we put in. So this is going to be a pretty similar test, same size machines. But I thought first it'd be nice to talk about what are the frustrations that you find with having a machine like this that does not have power steering. What do you notice?
Probably the biggest thing for me is, as I'm getting a little older, I'm fighting the machine. I'm always trying to throw it to turn it, and by the end of the day, I'm beat up. If I'm doing any long rides, I'm tired. I'm beat up from throwing it around.
That's a good way to put it. Of course, we're out here at this beautiful property. Look at this. Isn't this crazy? There are cows over there. Look at this grass. It's like some sort of, I think he's a famous greenskeeper. He just never told me.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go through and test this one first and get a good feel, you know? So you go right from this one straight to the other one, and then we're going to see what Mark thinks about it. So let's go. All right, so we're going to hop on the back. I promised not to hug him on the back.
He's only going to hug me once.
I'm told I've only been able to do it once.
You know what else they should notice about the difference between the two machines? Is that mine's clean.
That's a very good point. Mine is very dirty. Aunt Renee and I were out on the mountain and we came back.
As long as you were having fun, it doesn't matter.
It was fantastic. Okay, so let me see if I can get up on the back of this without touching him.
Don't hug me.
No hugs. Okay, Mark.
Here we go.
Don't knock me off the back. Let's go.
Throw myself a little bit to make the turn.
Yeah, well, that's a good, I like that. I like it. All right, that's cool. And there was no hugging.
No touching.
No, there was no touching.
Everything was good.
Everything was great.
No complaints.
I think that was pretty good because we just got to drive along, but just to get a feel for it. Plus we went around that tree down there. So there's a couple things I think that we can measure the difference on the turning ratios. And now I say we get on this puppy over here and we try, and I'll be able to sit in the back on that one because it's a two-seater.
Okay.
Let's switch it up. So the key's off. So, you know, I don't like, you know, go turn them a lot, but just give it a little feel, you know, a little feel. Okay. Now go ahead and start this baby up, or even just turn the key on. There you go. Okay. Give it a turn.
Oh, cow. Wow. That's without it in motion.
Yeah, we're not even moving. One of the cool things about this kit from superatv.com is it varies the amount of assistance based on the speed. So when you're going slow, you got lots of extra power and assist. And if you're going fast, it slows it down so you don't accidentally
overcorrecting. Exactly.
So you don't go, you know, careening.
Somebody thought that out real well.
Yeah, somebody probably found that out the hard way. That's probably what that was. So yeah, that's a really a cool kit. Again, we'll put a link at the end if you want to go check out how to do it. if you have a 08 or newer, piece of cake. If you have an 07 or back, a little bit more work. Although, if it's not an X2 like this, which is a 2-seater, way easier. This has a bigger tank than the normal one, and the battery is up front instead of in the back. So if you don't have those, piece of cake. But check out the videos if you're gonna do it. Plus, they're fairly entertaining. They like to watch people mess stuff up. So, all right, Mark,
here we go.
Take us away.
Oh, smokes.
Is that a little different?
Kidding me? I just want to ride like this now. Oh man, that changes everything.
I think it does.
It's the best darn thing ever. Riding, and I've never been this comfortable or have it be that easy.
Let me get this. Yeah, kill the machine for a minute and let's talk about this. So that's some pretty powerful statements right there from you.
Well, it's incredible. I mean, it absolutely makes a world of difference.
And you can even play with it, like even without it started, because it's electric.
Look at that. I'm sold. If there's anybody out there riding a machine that doesn't have power steering and it's available, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't do it. It'll change your rides. It'll change everything about it. It's beautiful.
You know, you mentioned something that it puts the fun back in riding. That's exactly how I felt. I felt like when I got this, it was like, this is like, I don't get worn out, I don't get tired, I can go on the more technical stuff, I can go on the simpler stuff. You know, you were swerving around. It makes it fun just to turn it around.
Yeah, I felt like I wanted to just play, you know?
That's pretty good there.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. Very, very impressed. That's fun. That's fun. Without a doubt, it puts the fun back in riding. That would be my opinion.
That's a quote for you, superatv.com. Without a doubt, it puts the fun back in riding.
Let me say this, ATV.com, you did a great job. You did a great job. That's pretty impressive.
It's a sweet kit. I don't know, maybe I foresee a project on your four-wheeler if you enjoy it that much.
Well, I like it a lot, by the way. But I'm not mechanical, so I can't take it apart. Put it back together.
Well, and since this one is only the 2-seater, there's way less work. So with this one, that tank was in the way, you saw. So if you didn't go back, we had to cut up a bunch of stuff on the motor, the transmission that is for the power steering. This one isn't like that because this tank doesn't go forward as far, and the battery is in the back. Let's double check.
It's right there in the back.
Yeah, it's right there in the back. And that is not the case on mine. They moved the battery because of that dump bed. They moved the battery up front right in the way.
Yeah,
so that's where we had to do all that crazy rerouting and welding and just stuff and cutting and grinding. So yeah, I don't know, Mark. Maybe
even with the machine being as dirty as it is, it doesn't affect the steering. That was pretty clean, you know?
That's the second time he's mentioned the dirt.
Yeah.
I think the dirt makes it faster.
The dirt just means you're riding it and using it.
That's it.
That's good stuff.
Well, that's a pretty sweet test. I mean, like I said, I thought it would be good to get another perspective instead of just Uncle Jake's. I thought that'd be kind of cool and fun. And so I'd say thumbs up from both of us on this then.
Absolutely, that's a terrific. And now, you know, I'll give you $100 and we'll trade machines.
$100, we got it. Well, that was just a nice, fun little test. So if you want to go check out the other videos, go check them out. If you want to put if you have manual street, you know what? There's one more thing to talk about.
Okay.
Do you remember when we used to make fun of people. I admit this, Uncle Jake admits it, made fun of people that wanted to get heated grips. I'm like, why you need a heated grip?
Yes.
Why you some sort of sissy? That's kind of what it was, until I tried it once. And I tried it, I believe I tried it before you did I?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I remember that now. So I got it on it was a smaller machine, and I'm like, wow, it's just so cool. My hands aren't cold, I don't even need gloves. And this guy was like, he was nice, but he was like, I could tell on his brain, he's like, what happened to you, Jake?
I'm old school. What do you mean? You know, if your hands are cold, put a glove on.
Put a glove on.
Or go home and sit in the house.
Maybe put your hands over the heater and warm them up. Your tootsies.
Snookums.
Snookums. So once I got that, I absolutely loved it. In fact, on this machine, not only did I add heated grips to the front, but I actually had a heated thumb grip. But then I also found a way to add heated grips to the back here. So that's plastic, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna need a reducer, because I melted that plastic when I turned it on the first time. It started smoking and going crazy. It was terrible. But yeah, and that tape, I had to get the tape. It's from Germany. It's high temperature tape, but it's high temperature grip tape. So it's coming off a little bit, but I got the switch right here for the heated grips. And then there's a reducer underneath here.
So you installed this yourself?
I did. Yeah, so I just sort of made that. I bought the filaments, I bought these and took the filament out, like I sort of disassembled it a little bit. And and I put them on back here, and then ran the wires. I ran this switch, and then melted the crap out of it. And then I got the high temperature tape, but it started still melting the plastic underneath because it was just overheating. And then, so then we had to get a reducer, and then that wasn't enough, and another reducer, and that wasn't enough.
Wow.
And then another reducer, and
wow.
Dr. Torque's brother recommended the first size to begin with. So I will say I was wrong on that. You did a great job. That was a good recommendation. I was completely incorrect. But thank you, Bill. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And so we ended up with the size he suggested in the first place.
Which would have saved a lot of time and effort if you had just listened.
It would have. It would have, but you know, where's the fun in that?
Well,
where's the fun in that?
It's more fun for you to take it apart and put it back together.
It was. And so I sort of feel like that is the same thing with power steering. Like, yeah. I didn't think I needed it. I didn't think I cared. I'm like, it's not that hard to turn. But my shoulder, I got some messed up shoulders a little bit. Yeah, I'm working on those, but it was also, I was thinking I needed this for tracks, which I do. If you're gonna put tracks on, you gotta have power steering.
I'm sure.
My brother was telling me, he's a lineman, so they use them a lot. And he's like, even with them, it's pretty rough, or it's like one goes under a log and stuff. So that was kind of the thought process. But now, once you try one, I'm just like power steering. I'm like, I don't want to drive one without it.
I wouldn't have thought that I would have ever, you know, I'm getting old enough now where I think, well, you know, why would I ever need it? Now I want it. Now I want it.
I think that's a project. So that, I believe, is a nice wrap up for the video. We love it. Once again, superatv.com. Thank you. Oh. If you want to get one of their hats and hoodies, they're giving one away exclusively, I might add, through our channel. And all you got to do is post a comment to win one. How easy is that? So if you want one, you can pick out your color and style. We can do it. But hey, it's a beautiful day. I hope it's a beautiful day where you're at. I hope you're having a great day. Go have yourself a cup of tea or something. Iced tea maybe. I don't know. Enjoy yourself. Thanks for showing up. We're going to take you out with the fist bump of friendship. Whoop-ow. Oh, we got another guy. Do it, Mark. Gotta have your shades. That's how bright my future is. Thank you. I wonder if I'll get it back. I still got another one. It just doesn't have that awesome power steering in it. But I better go get it before he puts it in his garage and locks it. That was awesome.